Welcome to Layers of Living Water. So glad you joined me today for another life lesson. Today we're going to talk about you get what you give. For you see, in life, what you put into something has a great factor on what you get out of it. So today I want to share with you a story. It's about a carpenter. He was a very good carpenter. Actually, he was a master carpenter. He had worked all his life and was very good at what he did. Started coming to the end of his career, and he was getting a little bit tired, and went and talked to his boss, and he said, I think it's probably time for me to retire. I've done enough. I think I should lay down my tools and take it easy. Well, the boss wasn't extremely happy about that because the carpenter was one of his best and had done a lot of good work, built many high-end, very expensive houses. So the boss thought for a moment, and the boss said, well, I wish you could just do one favor for me. He said, what's that, boss? You've always been good to me. And he said, I wish you would build one more house. Just build one more house for me. I want to give you free reign. Do it however you would like. Put whatever you would like in it. Set the house up just as you would like. The carpenter thought for a minute and said, well, I'm not really sure I want to do that. Let me think about it for a couple days. So the carpenter thought about it for a couple days, and the boss came back to him, and the boss said, hey, I really would like for you to build this house. You're so good at what you do. I want you to have free reign. He said, all right, boss, you've always been good to me. I will build this house for you. Now, I want you to understand this will be my last house. I'll get it all done. I'll get it finished. I'll have you come over. I'll hand you the keys. I'll shake your hand, and then we will part company. And the boss said, okay, that's what we shall do. So the carpenter went to work. But unfortunately this time, the carpenter was in a hurry. He was cutting corners wherever he could. He was using lesser quality materials. He was doing things he didn't normally do because he was used to building really high-end houses. But you see, he was just in a hurry. He wanted to get this project done so that he could retire and take it easy. So he did everything he could to do the house as fast as he could, paid no attention to quality, paid no attention to putting all the wisdom and the knowledge that he had acquired all the years into it. So the day came. He called the boss man. He said, come over. I'm ready to hand you the keys. Well, the boss man came over, walked through the house. The boss man looked at everything, said, hey, on the surface, it looks really good. Thank you for building this one more house for me. You've been such a fine and wonderful employee. He said, yes, sir. I got it done for you. I've really enjoyed working for you, but here's the keys. I'll hand you the keys. We'll shake hands. So the carpenter put out the keys to the house that he had built, handed them to the boss. The boss man looked at the carpenter and he said, well, he said, you've been such a good employee. He said, you were building this house for yourself. Here's the keys to your new house. No charge. It's all yours. You can say you built it. It was the last thing that you did was build your own house. Well, the carpenter was trying to smile. He was in amazement. He said, I can't believe you did that for me. Meanwhile, in his mind, he was thinking, I can't believe I cut so many corners. I used cheaper materials. I could have really done it right. I had free reign to do whatever I wanted, make it as nice as I wanted. But I decided to be in a hurry. I decided to cut the corners. The boss man said to him, I really appreciate all you've done for me. I thank you for all the houses that you built. I thank you for being such a good employee. And I hope you enjoy your house. The carpenter just smiled and said, boss, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Then after the boss left, the carpenter began to think, oh, I wish I had done this different. Instead of putting those inexpensive windows in, I could have put really nice windows. I could have used really nice oak wood instead of less expensive wood. The carpenter was going through his mind of all the things that he could have done differently. Had he only known he was building the house for himself. Well, you know, my friend, that is like life. In life, we're building a house. We're building what our future will be. Each and every day, what you put into your life, what you do will affect the outcome. You may not know exactly where you're going. You may not know exactly how things are going to end up. The carpenter had no idea, just as you have no idea how things are going to go. But my friend, if you will give it your very, very best. Do the best in everything you do. Put forth the very best effort. Put forth an effort like you were going to own the project that you're working on. For you see, you don't know what's going to happen. Unfortunately, many people do very mediocre work. They just go to work and they punch the time clock. They don't give it much thought. They don't give it much effort. And then unfortunately, one day they wake up and say, why has my life ended up the way that it is? And maybe you're there today. Maybe you're not happy with where you are. Maybe you're wondering why things have gone a certain way. My friend, I would ask you today to look at your life. Over the course of your life, have you always done your best? Have you always gone above and beyond? Have you tried to do things the very best that you're capable of? You may be sitting there and said, well, you know, unfortunately I haven't. Well, I have some good news for you today. Just like a house that has been built, you can go in and remodel. You can start today and you can change your life. Now, it's not going to happen fast, just no different than a house. If you go in to remodel a house, it doesn't happen overnight. But you start one room at a time. You start with one part of your life at a time. You rebuild it. You start today doing things the very best possible. Treat other people the way that you would like to be treated. Make sure that you're giving your all into every project you do. And my friend, if you will do that, you will wake up one day and you will say, wow, look what has happened. Because people notice when you do things good. People notice when you do things above and beyond. People notice when you're extra nice to them. People take note of these things, and who knows what that will cause the outcome of your life to be. So my friend, today we each have a choice to make. We can just do things to get through it. You can just do things to pass the time, and one day goes after another. You don't ever give it your very best. You don't do what you know you should. Or today you can make a change. Today you can start. And you can say, every project I put my hand to, everything I touch, I will give it my very best. I will go above and beyond. I will make sure that who I'm working for is extremely happy with me. I will put in that extra effort. And my friend, if you will do that, the end of your story will be much better, for you will wake up one day and a good and great event shall come out of it. Maybe it's a promotion that you really wanted. Maybe it's a better job. Maybe it is a bigger house. Who knows? But I can assure you one thing. If you always give it your very best, just like you were going to own it one day, you will find out that your life will be much better.